Welcome back inside the Now Morning Show. Hope you're enjoying it so far. Just about 16 minutes after 7 o'clock. This morning we're chatting a little bit about the UWI Arts Chorale and the UWI Arts Steel because they have a show coming up on Sunday, the 3rd of December at Our Lady of Fatima Church. This morning I want to welcome the head of DCFA and conductor of the UWI Arts Chorale, Jessel Murray, alongside the captain of the UWI Arts Steel, Joshua Peters. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, Rokas.
Welcome back to the show.
Yes, oh my gosh, always a pleasure to be here. Oh my goodness.
So we're cooking up something nice for Christmas.
We are doing a massive concert called Missa, which is part of the whole DCFA, Department of Creative and Festival Arts, UWI Season of the Arts, which actually kicks off this particular weekend with theatre. But then we go into that weekend, the 3rd of December, we have Missa, and along with dance and along with visual arts, but Missa occupies center stage that weekend because we have over 100 performers in the UWI Arts Chorale, the UWI Arts Steel, plus a Sinfonia. And we are doing one of our major works is the Misa, the Mass, Sancti Nicholai, the Mass for Saint Nick. And Saint Nick's actually is being celebrated this year on the 6th of December, so we're 3 days early. Well, we know Sunday is always a good day to do things, so we're having this massive performance, and the first half with Chorale and Sinfonia, but the second half is where our UWI Arts Steel is performing, and we're doing a premiere of 2 works from one of our lecturers at UWI, Dr. Janine Remy. She's having something premiered, a work which we'll keep secret for the moment, but do know it's a work for steel with dance.
Okay.
Yes, big thing. World premiere.
Is this collaboration something that usually happens between the chorale and the steel?
UWI Arts Chorale and Steel perform together. In fact, we even do our tours together, and we call it Joyful 2. Yes,
nice.
Because we perform together.
So Joshua, let me jump to you and ask, what do we have in store special from the UWI Arts Steel on this show?
I mean, let me tell you, first of all, we cultivate the feelings of love, and we cultivate the joy of excellence. So when we perform, our lecturers ensure that we cultivate the attitudes of love and excellence when we play. I mean, every single time the audience always gives us great reviews.
In terms of I know these both the chorale and the Arts Steel, they're both from UWI, so I imagine that there are students involved, right?
Yes.
How often does that change, and how difficult is that to keep that energy when new students come in to replace the ones that are graduating?
That's actually a great question, sir.
Well, that's why they pay me, you know.
Not only that. Well, the nice thing about it, all the ensembles of UWI, we have 6 of them.
Right.
All of them have current students, alumni who refuse to leave. He's one of them.
Okay, that's why they pay us, Captain. Makes sense.
And the community members.
Okay.
If you wanted to be, you could be a part of it.
For real?
Yes.
How so?
If
I'm not going to UWI?
Yes.
How does one
But you
join?
also went to UWI?
Well, I did.
Yes, you went to UWI. I know your stuff. No, but community members who are unattached.
Yeah.
Once you express an interest, you like to sing, you come in the audition. You steal, you play, you come in your audition.
But you have to be prolific in terms of being able to read music and all that
well,
as
some of them, not so much for the chorale, but for steel, definitely yes. Some of the others as well. You have to be able to read. We have jazz as well. Not always the case. Once you're committed, you're musical, and as you said, you want to spread love. We have you.
And may I add as well, sir, we also have alum who conduct. We have persons who go to UWI also arrange and compose, and our lecturers ensure that they get that time to, work and become professionals.
Yes. I want to ask Mr. Murray, in terms of, you mentioned young people who want to compose, who want to get into that aspect of it. When you see somebody coming to you and saying, sir, like I compose this, how do you ascertain and decide, all right, you have some potential versus, you might need to do a range, I can't come again?
Exactly that. We are honest. For instance, on this, as you have mentioned, that we have 2 students with the steel.
Yes.
One of them decided to, on his own, to transcribe Deliver Us from the Prince of Egypt and set it for steel and percussion. Looked at it after about 6 revisions. We said, okay, this is good. Another one has done a beautiful arrangement of the popular sleigh ride, infusing jazz and calypso into it. Again, after some revisions, I said, we're good to go. If it's not good, if it's not going to go, you have to be frank and say, this is not going to go. Other people, we say, let's rework this. Yes, this can fit into the niche, because that's what professional life is about.
And that's what I was going to ask. How important is that part of the process in getting you ready to be a practitioner in the industry?
Right. So you have to be ready. If you're going to be in the industry, you have to be prepared, one, to get rejection.
Correct.
Rejection, then acceptance. When you get the acceptance, be prepared to hear from a professional point of view, this will work or this will work with some tweaks. Now, what we always encourage them to do as well, fight back and say, but I really want such and such. You defend and hold your ground, and sometimes you will say, okay, you have a point. Other times you will say, no. That's part of professional life. So you have to learn how to stand your ground. We also have to learn when to yield, because if you want to get this thing done, you have to also
It's a balance.
It's a balance.
Yeah.
Yes, all of that is part of the training. And that's why I said we have two persons, Kai Alcantara, who's doing Sleigh Ride, and Jamal Pierre Roberts, who has done this massive thing. And boy, I really want you to experience that. Steel, choir, soloist, percussion, piano.
Yeah.
Massive thing.
Nice, man.
Yes.
How all these people fit in Our Lady of Fatima Church? Because you mentioned the chorale,
Yes.
you mentioned the steel, you mentioned a symphony, you mentioned all kind of things. It have
Yes.
room in the church for all that. And people to come and see.
We want to tell people, come. We can hold 500.
Okay,
They have,
nice.
they have told us 500 persons can fit. In fact, slightly more. But we use part of it for the stage.
Oh, no,
for the
so you need
steel.
to expand the stage.
Yeah. But no, it will fit.
Okay.
No, the symphonia and the steel are not there at the same time. Thank God.
Okay.
But no, we have room. It's quite impressive. And I would say to people, come out on the 3rd of December, 6 o'clock. Our Lady of Fatima Arts Church. We are going to give you a feast for the senses.
Tell us how we can get tickets and how much they cost.
All right, $200, cheap. You can get tickets from any of the Chorale and Steel members, and they're also available at the church office of Our Lady of Fatima in Curepe.
All right, nice. Any particular reason that you decided to go to this church to do it?
One, they invited us. Two, we have done works there before. It's a wonderful space and a very supportive environment.
Nice.
But we have done many of the other types of churches as well, but Our Lady of Fatima is one of our favorites.
Now, I know that you're the musical director for the chorale, if I'm
Yes.
not mistaken, right? There's I see Keon De Las as well.
Right.
Is he the musical director for the art, for the steel?
We are the co-directors of the UWI Arts Steel.
Okay, fantastic. So we can look forward to that. And you mentioned
Yes.
two pieces that were composed by students or members of the...
Arranged by members of the ensemble. Yes, that's
and we'll be featuring that in the show.
Oh yes, plus a
Nice.
premiere by, as I said, of my colleague, Dr. Janine Remy. That's a
Yes.
premiere of that. And the same St. Nicholas Mass, the Haydn St. Nicholas Mass, where we get the title Misa. This is the first performance in the Caribbean of this work. It has not been done anywhere in the Caribbean. I know this for sure.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Well, guys, we're inviting you to come on down to Our Lady of Fatima on the 3rd of December. It's a Sunday. UWI Arts Chorale, the UWI Arts Steel. They're going to be presenting Misa, and it's going to be fantastic. Tickets are only $200, and you can get them today. Before we go, Joshua, I want you to give any advice to somebody who might be contemplating tertiary education from a perspective of music, and that they want to join. They're thinking about it like, people will tell you, that is not really a career. You can't really think. You're sure you want to go and study that, go and get a fallback plan. What would you say to somebody who's in that limbo right now?
Yes, first of all, excellent question again.
Hey.
Excellent question.
Jump in.
So I believe I will tell them go for it, because I started at a very young age, and I will encourage anybody to start young. Start young, start at it. I remember looking up when I was small, looking up to persons like Mr. Murray, who was the director of NSSO, and I started off in tags, and I want to tell people to be disciplined, have an attitude of excellence. And Mr. Murray, Mr. De Las, they encourage us to be excellent. So I want to tell those people, the young persons, have an attitude of excellence, and I assure you it will all make sense. And with God, all things are possible.
We give thanks for that, gentlemen.
Yes.
Let me thank you so much for joining us
Always
this
a
morning.
pleasure.
And
Thank you.
congratulations in advance, because I know on the 3rd of December is going to be amazing.
Thank you so much.
Not a problem. Do enjoy the rest of your day. Ladies and gentlemen, we're getting ready to give you the results of Hamada Desh. That's coming up next, so you can stay tuned. It's Now Morning Show. We take a quick break and come back with more.